Welcome back everyone to another edition of Figures from the Attic. Today we're back with another figure unboxing and review, this time 2 figures and 2 reviews. That's right, a double feature. It's actually a line that I started collecting a few months ago, and I went as far as diving headfirst and starting a shelf specifically for the line along with other Street Fighter guys. But this is the Street Fighter WWE collaboration. I got I think like 4 of them from different Walmarts, but then I stopped seeing them in stores. I just couldn't find them anywhere. So I just kind of chalked it up to a loss and said maybe it wasn't meant to be. But last weekend I went to my local Walmart, the one I normally always go to, and they had a new set of figures that I didn't have before. So I was super excited to see that, and I went ahead and picked up the 2 that I was missing from there, namely Dominik Mysterio as Ken and Ultimate Warrior as Blanca. Now looking at this Ultimate Warrior as Blanca, he has potential to be the best in the series. I do have to open him up first and see what he looks like out of the packaging, but I have high hopes for that one. But let's start off with Ken, or Dirty Dom Mysterio. Just in the plastic window there, he does look absolutely hilarious. It looks like they used the same head that they used for the Ultimate Edition Dominik that just came out maybe a month or 2 ago, but of course with blonde hair. So how can you go wrong with that? I've mentioned this before in previous reviews, but I do love the box art and like how it's an old school arcade machine. I think that's an awesome touch. You do get the awesome artwork there. You get Ken or Dominik doing a spinning kick on the back. The yellow boots are interesting. The yellow boots are definitely interesting. That is a choice. I don't think Ken ever had yellow boots. I'm pretty sure he was barefoot. But oh, the head really popped off easily on this one. That's okay. Right here. You do get actually an extra head as well, and 2 power orbs. You can kind of put those on his fists to make it look like he's doing a Hadoken. But here, let's show you how it comes by default, which is with the current day Dominik Mysterio head. Right here, with of course the blonde hair. Oh, and he's kind of already fallen apart. The head fell off, and now this little tie for his gi just fell off as well. Okay, we're going to put that back on. I will in a moment. You also get more of an old school Dominik Mysterio head, also with bleach blonde hair. So that's kind of like what he looked like when he first debuted and became a part of the Judgment Day. And this is kind of what he looks like now in his current form. The current one also has red eyes, whereas the old does not. So that's an interesting stylistic choice. He does have molded on MMA style boxing gloves. He does have this red gi, like I mentioned, soft goods. Underneath, he has more of a Dominik Mysterio inspired attire. Just kind of, it looks kind of like what he would wear now, but in red instead of like black and white, looking like a skeleton. On the back, it does say sucio, which if you don't know is Spanish for dirty. You do get the frills on the side, the homage to his dad with those falcons, and yeah, those yellow boots. This kind of gives me like Ronald McDonald vibes a little bit, if I'm being honest. Not sure why they went with yellow on the boots. That's a very interesting choice to match the hair, but even that doesn't match the hair because it is kind of like a pale yellow, and that's like a really, really bright, like Big Bird yellow. Let's see, maybe I can put this tie back on. It does have this. Let's see, curious why it came off so easily, because I do want to display him with the gi. I feel like that would complete the look a little bit better. Trying to get it tied on there. Maybe just do a quick knot. There we go. There. Something like that, I suppose. But yeah, I can already tell it doesn't really stay on super well. It might be the material that it's made out of. But no, that'll do the job. But yeah, I mean, it looks great. The tattoos look awesome. I do love the gloves. I love that face. Very punchable face on Dominik. And I love those red eyes. Did Ken have red eyes like that? I mean, I was a big fan of the games back in the day, but I don't remember him ever having red eyes like that. Then again, he didn't have yellow boots, so it is what it is. So that's Dominik Mysterio as Ken, and really the main event, and what I was most excited for, is this Blanca, aka Ultimate Warrior. I think it's an interesting choice, and a very appropriate choice to go with Ultimate Warrior as Blanca. We all know Blanca's wild, kind of crazy, just like the Ultimate Warrior, so that tracks. You do get the artwork as well. Look at that. I mean, that's kind of a meant to be crossover. Ultimate Warrior as Blanca, that just works. You even get like the Ultimate Warrior face paint. And on the back, he's doing that spinning attack, kind of like Sonic, going down the ramp, like he's running down the entrance ramp, but he's kind of rolling down the ramp. That's just great. Whoever came up with this and the brilliant minds that put that stuff together, give those people a raise because they deserve it. So let's get Ultimate Warrior out of here. Ultimate Warrior only gets one head, but the head is kind of magnificent, so that's really all that you need. You do get 2 extra hands, closed fists, and you get some more power orbs. But this Ultimate Warrior, yeah, I mean, getting him out of the packaging, sometimes you get a figure that looks great in the package, and then you kind of open him up and start feeling him around and looking at the finer details, and maybe your initial thought goes down a little bit. You're a little more disappointed than you originally were when you looked at it. This is not the case with this Ultimate Warrior, aka Blanca. This, I think, is absolutely phenomenal. They nailed it. I love the blue. I love the yellow. I know the more conventional Blanca is green skin with orange hair, but this works. This works. This was like the alternate style, the alternate attire, so to speak, for Blanca in the video games. Like if you did Blanca versus Blanca, one would be green, one would be blue. And I think they made the right choice going with this one. I think the colors pop, and it's very Ultimate Warrior-esque. You do get the darker shade of blue in the face paint. You get that wild, manic expression on his face, which again just works. You get the black tassels on his arms and on his knee pads. You get bare feet. You see, Ultimate Warrior never wrestled barefooted. Neither did Dominik Mysterio, but why couldn't they give him bare feet just like Ken did? It's interesting. But again, moving on that. But yeah, looks amazing. I love the kind of cut off brown shorts with the Ultimate Warrior logo on the butt. You get the Ultimate Warrior logo, of course, on the knee pads, and you get the frills on the shins. I do have a piece of rubber band stuck on this ankle. There we go, got that out of there. But yeah, far and away, this is the better of the two. Looking at them side by side, they're both really nice. But yeah, those shoes throw me off. Those shoes definitely throw me off. Ultimate Warrior looks phenomenal. I would go on Ultimate Warrior. I would go as high as like a 9.4. This is awesome. And like just the hands, and it's like super toyetic. It's gonna pop really well right next to my OG Blanca, right there. And of course, Ken. This one I would go from here up. From here up, it's in the 8s. But as a whole, just those boots really throw me off. I'm gonna go a 7.8. 7.8 out of 10 for Dominik Mysterio as Ken, and a 9.4 for Ultimate Warrior as Blanca. But as always, I appreciate you watching. Oh, can't even stand up straight. And stay tuned for more.